We are Group 6, and our group found our subjects over Chapter 6 and 8, and they talk about small business planning and how they can fail. My name is Ron Reed, and I did my report over the 5 stages of small business growth, which is EndNote 41 in Chapter 6. The book talks about how a business can fail easily, and the article gives reasoning behind it all. There are 5 stages of small business growth, and a business does not have to be at the final stage to be a successful business. A question that comes to mind after reading the book and the article is, when do you know when enough is enough and call it quits if the business is not successful? Next speaking is Derek on his subject.
I chose the article, The 5 Stages of Small Business Growth, just like Ron, in relation to Chapter 6 over entrepreneurship and how small businesses fail. In the EndNote I found there is a figure showing 8 different reasons why small businesses have failures, and in my article that I found has a 5-stage method into small business growth success. However, in the article, in each stage of the growth method shows many ways on how the business could fail and ways to prevent the failures. The EndNote just took a few of the failures from each stage of the article and made the figure from the textbook. So in conclusion of my presentation, the EndNote in the textbook matched the article that I found for assignment 2. Up next is Cristina.
Planning improves coordination. That is a single statement in my chapter that I decided to do my assignment 2 on. It was covered in Chapter 8, Why and How Managers Plan. However, my article that's titled As the Effects of Long-Range Planning on Small Business Performance, a Further Examination, was not as short and discussed how long-range planning affects small businesses. The article discusses many experiments between 2 different groups of high-performing and low-performing businesses. Throughout their studies, they analyzed little to no difference between the 2. But they did come down to one solid conclusion, that it was not about the time you spend planning, it was about the quality of planning done. Next to be presenting is Logan.
My name is Logan Fisher, and my article is in Chapter 6. It was the 5 stages of small business growth, as well as Ron. And it was by Neil Churchill and Virginia L. Lewis, and it was about the 5 stages and how to properly grow a small business. The quote from the book is, as shown in Figure 6.2, most small business failures are the result of insufficient financing, bad judgment, and management mistakes. I enjoyed this article a lot because my dad owns a small business, and when I graduate, we want to start another small business. This article teaches you 5 steps that I think is great for a small business and helps you to have a great plan to get your head wrapped around things. This article goes into more detail about the textbook and talks about the 5 stages of small business growth and how your business is viewed. There are many businesses that are successful and never pass the 2nd stage of the 5-stage process, which is survival of your company. At this stage, you look at things like the minimum you can generate enough cash flow to stay in business. The 5th is all about resource maturity and how to control the rapid growth of a business. How do you exactly know what stage your business is in? Up next is Ron Reed.
In conclusion, we came up with that 3 of us all had the same article. We all had an article that had something to do with small business growth or planning. We found out that it takes lots of planning to grow a business, especially past the 2nd and 3rd stage of growth. We also learned that it is crucial to be smart with finances and resource allocation. Our big overall conclusion, we learned that is many of the small businesses startups do not actually succeed due to bad planning by the owners and managers.